Like you said, probably just do it till they get back together again. Yeah.
This is Jared Britt and John D., the lead singer and lead guitarist for the band Bullet in Your Head. Bullet in Your Head is a Rage Against the Machine tribute band. All of the songs they perform are by the band Rage Against the Machine.
When we got together, it was more like you got to feel the energy of the music more than looking like them. It's more about replicating the music than it is replicating the look, pretty much.
Rage Against the Machine broke up 7 years ago. They were one of the most popular bands of the 90s. They sold over 15 million albums and won multiple Grammy Awards. Replicating one of their concerts is no easy task. Bullet in Your Head recreates a concert of one of the most energetic live bands ever.
That's the whole thing about the live performance. Like, they're one of the greatest live bands ever just because they, I mean, you can watch them, they throw their whole bodies right into the music, and that's, I don't know, that sounds like, oh, crazy dance or something like that, but it's like, that's what it is, I guess. You just gotta throw yourself into it. People have told us we thought you guys were gonna be horrible.
I hear that every time we play.
Yep, every
Somebody
time we play.
comes up to me and says, wow, you know, I heard there was a Rage tribute going on tonight, and I knew you guys were gonna suck. Yeah. But you guys were okay, man.
Yeah.
By the time we get to that, you know, the solo and Bulls on Parade, and people, you know, like I said, they're skeptical. They think you're gonna stink.
Yeah.
They think you're terrible. And
awesome.
then
I love it.
JD starts going into that shit, and that's when you can see the realization in people's faces. They're like, oh, okay.
Oh shit, it's the solo. Oh shit. Bottom line for me is, like, when I first heard Rage Against the Machine, I was just living. Basically, I mean, it was like, because there's like so much in the world that can grab you and take you a certain direction. And I think if you get into the lyrics and the meaning of some of those songs, it takes you in a very positive direction. You can make it take you in a positive direction versus a lot of other things that are negative. So, I don't know. That's how it was for me. I took it all as a positive and tried to learn about that stuff. So.
Rage Against the Machine was one of the most controversial bands in popular music ever. Their anarchistic lyrics shocked some and inspired others. But Rage was about more than loud guitars and rebellious lyrics. They wanted to make changes. Guitarist Tom Morello graduated from Harvard with a degree in political science and staged numerous protests. Lead singer Zach De La Rocha's activism took him to the floor of the UN. Rage's music and politics have resonated within these two.
Because up to then, you know, political music at that point, it was either like, you know, okay, a U2 or something making kind of these vague, I don't know, I'm not trying to put them down either, but everything was kind of very poetically skirted around. Or Bob Dylan would write a song, and he would say, oh yeah, that's so anti-establishment, and it was, but everything was like encoded or whatever, you know, he ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more. But here comes Zach, and he's like,
Fuck Uncle
fuck
Sam.
you, yeah.
Word.
I'll hang you from the nearest tree, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, Bob Dylan, he
wants
like
to hang
Gods
you,
of
but
War.
he's gonna
He's
serenade
like,
you
I
all
hope
the
that
way.
you die.
Right.
This is the line. But Zach was like, fuck it, I'll kill you myself. And I was like, somebody's finally saying it. He didn't really roll down Rodeo with the shotgun. We know that.
Right.
That's not the point.
Yeah, I'm rolling down Rodeo with the shotgun. These people ain't seen the Browns get mad since their grandparents bought one.
The point is,
The picture they're painting.
he feels like rolling down Rodeo with a shotgun, and why does he feel like doing that? So maybe that is something he never did, but
Sometimes it
you
feels
tell
like
a greater
one.
truth
Right.
with a little storytelling sometimes than the facts.
Oh.
I was into NWA and Ice-T, so I was that kind of frank language, or what, the way of putting it was I was already primed for that. So when Zach came out, and instead of capping the fools the next block down and smacking hoes, he was singing about capping senators, hanging slave masters, and it was like, wow, this seems way more productive to me.
What is being described as a Dixie Chicks moment. A member of the rock band Rage Against the Machine recently launched into an onstage rant about the Bush administration.
And this current administration, there's no exception. They should be hung and tried and shot.
When he said that at Coachella, I was like, wow, he just said that to like 50,000 people, and part of me was like, no,
He
and
better,
then I
he
felt,
better sleep with his eyes open
yeah,
tonight.
that's balls, because they crawled up John Lennon's ass for just saying give peace a chance. They were tapping his phones, just because he had long hair and
He's
had
lucky he was white,
bed-aids
though,
for peace.
probably.
Oh yeah, exactly. So how far up Zach's ass do they got to be,
I mean,
or all of them?
yeah.
They're on, somebody's listening to their phone calls, and that's fucked up. I agree with like 99.9% of everything he says, and I don't know, maybe I agree with it all, but I have a hard time committing.
Rage Against the Machine has not announced any plans to reunite. Until they do, Bullet in Your Head will continue to play shows that spread their music and message.
We couldn't see them anymore, that we thought, well, we could play it.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to see them, they
Yeah,
weren't
for
playing.
sure.
So if they're playing now, there's not a whole lot of point.
Go see
Really.
the original
Yeah,
act.
if they're coming to town,
Go see the original act.
I'll stand right next to you, we'll watch them together.